Today we're going to talk about the Hardy Perfect family of reels. This is the signature reel series for Hardy. They've been built since the 1890s in a number of different forms. The ones that you see here are perhaps the most common. We have the standard Hardy Perfect Trout here. This is a 1930s vintage reel. And we build the same reel today in the new Hardy Classic series. Another part of the family of these reels is the Bougle series, which was an offshoot of the original Perfects. The Perfect reels are a bit different than other reels in the fact that they have three distinct basic components, where most reels have only a frame cage and a spool. The Hardy Perfect reel has a spool, a frame cage, and what we call the winding plate. And you'll see as we go along that all of these reels share these same three components. In order to dismount a Hardy reel, a Hardy Perfect reel, the modern reels and a lot of the older reels will have a set screw to hold the spool in. It's very important that you turn this in the right direction. It's a left-handed screw, a left-handed thread, and the reels will generally be marked to dismount turn screw in the direction of the arrow. Some of the older reels will actually have the arrows on the screw itself. To dismount this reel, a coin that fits the slot is the best tool. Simply turn it clockwise to dismount, take the screw out, and the best way to take this winding plate off is to hold your fingers inside the frame cage and then back off on the winding plate and simply unwind it until everything comes apart and into the three components: the spool, the frame cage, and the winding plate. Maintenance is very simple. Use a drop or two of oil on the ball bearings, and the Hardy Perfect reels are known for having a ball bearing race in there, and that's one of their very distinct features. Just put a drop or two of lubricant on the ball bearings, a drop or two of lubricant at the base of the click pawl, and maybe a drop or two just here on the adjusting screw. There's also a little area here for a drop or two of oil right on the check wheel base, and a drop or two on the spindle itself. To reassemble the reel, simply put the winding plate into the frame cage, put the spool on, and then simply wind the spool onto the faceplate. Put the screw back in. Remember, this is a left-handed screw, so it's actually going to turn counterclockwise in order to tighten it. Give it a bit of a tightening with your coin, and you're back in business. You're all put together. One thing on the older Hardy reels, on the older Perfects and the newer Perfects, is these will be right or left hand only. They cannot be changed to right or left hand wind as you'd like. On the newer Bougles, the Mark 6s, you can do that, and again, simply take the screw out, back the winding plate off, and you'll see inside that we have the standard duplicated Mark II mechanism. And in order to change this from left hand, as I have it set up now, to right hand, we just simply reverse the position of the pawls, very simply, and then reassemble the reel. And now we've changed it over to right hand wind. Again, make sure that the screw goes in correctly. And again, can't emphasize it enough, it is a left-handed screw. Be very careful of that. Other than that, a simple wiping with an oily cloth occasionally will keep your reel nice and shiny and protect it from the elements. And with a little bit of care, your new Perfect will last the 80 years that my old 1930 one has.